Hi there, thanks for joining me. Do a little test for the vocal, sound, audio. See if it's, can you hear me okay? Hopefully. Thanks for joining me. So today I'm working on this really large canvas, and a piece this size, I'm just gonna give you a warning right now. A piece this size could take up to 3 hours. It totally depends. I could be done in an hour, I could be done in 3. So forewarning, this is a long video. You can come and go and pop in. If you can't stick around, that's totally fine. But just so you know, this is a long video from start to finish. This is a 3 foot by 6 foot canvas. And thanks for joining me. If you are watching and would like to share where you're watching from around the world, please share. It's always fun to know where people are watching from. So this is a mix of what the sky is going to look like on this side, plus I'm going to continue that color down here for the underpainting part. So this is sort of the sunny side of the sky, which I'll keep, but then down here it's going to be the underpainting. It's the rest of the sky here will be blue. And I'm just using my 2-inch flat brush for this section. So this is acrylic paint, acrylics on canvas. That is my medium of choice for all of my paintings. Okay, I'm going to keep going with that yellow all across the bottom. Oh boy, I gotta sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze on camera. I'm so sorry. The paint often does that, makes me sneeze. Okay, it went away. I'm gonna actually come in now and just get in the blue sky. I'm kind of doing both. I'm gonna work in both. So I wanna do this sort of blending here as the sun and the sky kind of merge. So when the paint is wet, I paint on a wet on wet technique. So while this is wet, it dries super fast, especially when it's like a thin layer like this. So I want to do a good job of blending it while it's wet. So I am broadcasting from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's a beautiful sunny day, but it's chilly outside. It's about 17 degrees Celsius today. Not typical for August for us. August is usually warmer than that, but it's a chilly day. I'm gonna get my water. That's all the spray is in here. People ask me all the time, what is in the water bottle? What's in the bottle? This just helps spread that wash layer around. And they're fun, quick strokes using both sides of my brush. Crisscross motions to give it some playful whimsy. Yes, if you have comments, please write them for me, and I generally come back and look at the comments and answer them after I've gone off camera, just because you are here to watch me paint, not really talk, right? Okay, my arm's already sore. I've been painting a lot these days, and so this whole area just gets super tight. This is the hardest part, I would say. My arm is up there for a while. Get a little more water to blend and spread. Now this isn't per se a tutorial video, although people tell me they learn a lot by watching these videos, which is great. I also want to talk about my YouTube channel. So these live videos on Facebook, eventually they'll only be up for 30 days. And then they're changing it so that, right now they're up indefinitely, but then they're going to be changing it that you can only watch within 30 days. So I download these videos and put them on my YouTube channel. So feel free to head on over there to watch these full-length videos. Typically my videos are the reels, the 1-minute version of the paintings. I take, all the footage from making a painting like this, and we switch it down to 1 minute so you can watch the fast forward version of a painting that typically takes 1.5 to 3 hours. But yeah, this layer goes down fairly quickly. I am using a reference picture of a previous painting I've made. Just making a different size. The previous one I did is just a bit smaller than this one. And keep going with that blending of the sky. Nice blue sky. Oop, I think I just got paint on my face. But it's got a nice bit of highlights and light. This mistiness. How much paint do I have on my face now? Let's see. Oh, we're doing okay. I'm new to glasses, so still getting used to them. Yes, these are all acrylics. They dry very fast. I would say a painting like this, it can take, for the thick flowers that I'm going to be putting down below, it's going to be a wildflower scene. I'd say baby dried by the end of today. Some of the real thick flowers maybe tomorrow morning. And I keep standing back, and that gives you perspective. So when you see me step out of the frame, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting a feel for the piece from far away. Thank you. Yes, I went from no glasses to some readers for a couple years. And I felt like my eyes were needing some more help, and then I went to the doctor and they're like, you need progressives. I'm like, oh my God. So it's a good thing I like the fashion of glasses. So I have a couple pairs now. I'm enjoying that part of it. So embrace for what it is. All right, I'm gonna finish this bottom section with yellow, mix of yellow and white. So this part of the painting is done with my brush. And then the next half of the painting with the flowers will be done with my palette knife. So same thing, we're kind of doing a little bit of blending as it's all wet. So wet on wet technique. that feels pretty good. Do a little more yellow up here. So the size canvas is 3 feet by 6 feet. Yes, it's big and bold and beautiful. So she's just she's coming together here with, let's get that, okay. So that's my basic underpainting, although the sky that's what I'm using for my sky. I'm not going over it, I'm just gonna bring the flowers up in a sort of wildflower natural way. So now I'm gonna switch to my knife. This is a 2-inch palette knife. It is silicone on the end, a wooden handle. If you want to check these out, I sell them on my website, giselledenis.com, and if you scroll to the section that says the tools I use, you'll see palette knife, and this is the one that I'm using and I sell on the website, ship worldwide. Check those out. Now we're gonna move into the grasses part of painting. So I'm just going to get some 3 different greens here on my palette. Here's the palette, you can kind of see it. I also sell the palette. You can check that out too on the website. I know not everybody watching is an artist, but if you are, you're curious about different tools. So I've got some sap green, I've got some green gold. This is sap green. Very nice green color here. I mix a few different greens, yellows and oranges in the grasses, but I mostly mix a bit on the palette and I mix a bit on the canvas. This is Impressionism, right? So it's messy, it's whimsical, it's not necessarily exactly how you see it in nature, but all these paintings are inspired by photos I've taken, pictures I've seen, previous paintings I've made, all that good stuff. So I'm just using your basic paper towel to clean off the knife. Mix of browns, greens, to start putting in. I'll start slicing in the grass. This is also hard on the arm. So there'll be some flowers that kind of come up higher. It looks super random, but it's a bit of imagination, random placement. It's like when you are on the dance floor at a wedding and you're just dancing how you feel. That's kind of how I paint. It's a bit like a dance. I know what I'm doing because I've painted these hundreds, maybe thousands of times, but they all come out differently, which is the beauty of painting, is they're all unique, they all come out differently, it's never going to be the same. Okay. From there, and up here. And the goal is to not have it straight across with the tops of the grass. It reaches where it reaches, it's all different, kind of goes in different directions. So again, if you're just popping in, this video will probably be about 2 hours, give or take, so feel free to come and go. It's not a very quick video like my usual 1-minute reels. You're welcome to come and go. Check back in 30 minutes, see how much we've done. just kind of slicing with the edge of my knife. I'm using some of the wider edge as well. But it's very, very playful and loose. And I don't obsess over details. Especially in this step, I just kind of let it flow. If you have questions, feel free to pop them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them when I go off camera. Most of the time I'm going to be spending on this video focused on this painting, having you watch the process. Okay, let's do a bit of yellow as well. Mixing some yellow in the might be quicker than I think. It's always quicker than I think when I make a painting. It surprises me every time. Oh, it's quick. Oh, it's not quick. But it's not about the speed, it's just about the flow. So if your flow is slower or faster than someone else's, it doesn't matter. The speed of painting does not matter. Just let what you're creating come out of you at the speed it's supposed to. I've heard people say, oh, I don't paint as fast as you. Like, that's okay. Everybody has their process. Adding a bit of white. And I need to add some more light green. So again, this is acrylics. I'm painting with mostly a palette knife from this point on in the video. You can check out my YouTube channel, Giselle Denis. You'll see I'm currently working on uploading all of my videos onto YouTube. And you can watch the short versions, you can watch the long versions, you can fast forward to different points of the painting. But my style is Impressionism, and it's very free-flowing, all nature-based work. Please let me know which part of the world you're watching from. It's always nice to know where people live. Maybe let me know what you like about this painting. If you have questions about anything. All of my art is for sale. I post it all on my website, giselledenis.com, and I ship worldwide. Do lots of custom pieces as well. I work from photographs, so if you have a photo that you would like recreated into a painting, I do lots and lots and lots of that. So shoot me an email or a comment or a private message, and we can make that happen. Now I do like working with brushes too, but I like the texture that you can get with a palette knife. You can get that much more paint on the canvas. So when I'm scooping up paint, when I say scoop, I'm like literally doing that much onto my knife. So I do go through a lot of paint, it's true. Not really something I worry about when I'm creating. Yes, paint is expensive, but if you want to make art that lasts a long time, I encourage you to buy the materials that you can. Get the best quality that you can. And then use a lot of it. Use lots of paint. If your style is you're into like thick texture, don't worry about how much paint you're using. Any kind of creative endeavor, don't worry about how much you're using. Just use what you feel you need and want to create the thing you want to make. Have fun with it. Don't worry about silly details. So I like to leave, this is why I like to start with a base layer. The underpainting for this one was yellow down below, and you can see the yellow popping through. I don't cover all of it up, it's some of it. But if I hadn't done that first layer, I would have had to lay down quite a bit more of the grass color to not have the white of the canvas popping through. Hey, if you want the white of the canvas popping through, you do you, that's cool. But I like to have this nice creamy yellow background layer under painting, and I call it the essence of the painting. So I hope you find this video fun and relaxing, whether you're watching from home on the couch or you're at work and it's playing in the background like the radio. People have told me that it's relaxing and enjoyable that way too. Now I'm raising the grasses a little bit because I do want to have, I don't want to have too much just sky, but I am going to raise up some of these flowers. So the grass is basically done. I don't want to put too much, because I do want to still have some of that yellow popping through. So let's call the grasses good to go. All right, let's see how we're doing with time. Washington State, Nashville, fabulous. Very good, very good. And now we're gonna do, well, it's all fun. I call it the jewelry of the painting, is the flowers. So I'm just gonna lay down a little bit more color. We're gonna get some yellow in there. This is gonna be very colorful. You've got oranges, reds, yellows, blues, pinks, purples, all the colors of the rainbow, basically. Gonna get some texture in there. Okay, this part of the video is a little bit, takes a second to refill, but the UK, amazing. I find people watch from literally all over the world, which is so cool. What's the weather like in the UK today? It's chilly here today, 17 degrees. That's Celsius. I know the rest of the world is in Fahrenheit. Portland, Oregon, amazing. I haven't been there yet, but I plan to. Alrighty. So this is just a wildflower painting. The size is 3 feet by 6 feet. And I decided to do a live today because why not? I was home and I had time and I didn't have to go anywhere. Don't have to rush through. So my painting process is typically fast. I'm a performance painter, which means tomorrow night I have an event at a hotel here on White Avenue in Edmonton, Alberta. And I'm gonna be live painting for 2 or 3 hours while people come and bought tickets to watch. And yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. So this is my actual studio. Someone made a comment and said something about your AI studio. I'm like, no, this is my gallery and studio where I work. It's connected to my home, and this is a real place. This is not an AI background, which it's funny what you can believe online these days. South Africa, amazing. Denmark, hello from Denmark. We have friends who live in Denmark. Amazing. That's really cool. I'd like to visit there one day. I'd like to do some more traveling. As I'm talking, I'm forgetting what I'm doing. One more loading of paint of this purple, and then we'll get started on the flowers. So people ask me all the time, how long have I been painting? I've been painting my whole life. It's been my career for, I would say, 23 years. And I feel lucky that I get to do what I love. It's the best job in the world. I grew up in an artist's home. My mom's an artist. So when you kind of grow up around it your whole life, you kind of naturally just pick it up. But I also have been selling my art since I was 14. I was doing pencil portraits, black and white pencil portraits of people's faces, high detail realism, and I don't do that anymore. I do all nature-inspired works now. Okay, now I'm gonna stop talking for a second and focus. We're gonna do some daisies up in here. This is gonna have a large variety of species of flowers. And if someone tells me, these don't grow together, that's fine. I don't really think about that when I'm painting. I just paint what I feel looks nice. And who knows, maybe in some parts of the world, certain flowers do grow together. We just didn't know it. Try not to stand in front of it, but this is what it is here. If I go too close with the camera, you're not going to see the full painting, so we'll just do this for now. So this is how much I'm using the tip of the knife. The whole painting from here on in will be a palette knife. And like one stroke makes a petal, basically. And nothing is perfect. It's very intuitive. I'm thinking about what I'm doing, but it's, I don't know that, I don't obsess over little things. I just have fun and I play and I make paintings. All right. Now, even though I'm working from a previous painting, I don't want to make it exactly the same, right? Well, it could never be exactly the same. But as Bob Ross would say, they're happy little flowers. And it's like what I like to do with the excess paint that I don't necessarily use for that particular flower. I just like touch, 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 and it just adds like impressionist flower and color to the rest of the canvas. I'll do one little layer over top of that. And give it a center. I know what color center. It's kind of like a red, so I need to grab that color from the jars. From the jars. Do a little bit of red there. And that's still wet and it's drying pretty good. Maybe we need a bit more of that color. Let's just put a little more of that. And a little bit of this. That'll look nice together. So the nice thing about this palette is you can leave your paint open for hours and it's good. Like this is the palette, the sea acrylics. There's a wet sponge that goes underneath, if you can see it. That thin sponge, you wet it in the sink and you just kind of drip, 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 put it in the tray. Then it comes with a package of acrylic paper, 30 sheets, you wet the paper, put it on top, and then you start loading your paint. And when I'm done painting my session for the day, this has a lid like a Tupperware This is the lid, and I just cover it up and it seals. And this paint I can use for weeks and weeks and weeks. I don't change it that often. I like the thick paint, so as it's drying, the thickness of it is actually really nice to work with. So here we go. I highly recommend IKEA's kitchen cart. This is what all my paint's sitting on. And then there's a shelf with all the paint below. Okay, let's keep going. Sometimes it's fun to, I kind of work across. So I've added some flowers. Let's just finish off that one. Give it its center. Okay. And then we'll do a little bit, like a little highlight. Boop. And then touch, touch, touch. But so what I meant was, if I had done some daisies, we can add a few more daisies while we're at it. We'll do one maybe down here. And maybe one here. I don't want to put too many in because I'm going to forget where I put my centers. Let's do one that's kind of curling up a bit, kind of right there. Because if you have already got the color on your knife, why not just continue with it? There, there, there. Okay, we got those 4 spots with daisies, so let's do 4 daisies. I'm gonna actually raise so my easel is raising. There's a crank behind here that I can raise it up so I'm not bending and hurting my back. This is the Abiqui easel made by Richardson, if you want to look it up. People ask me about it in the comments, so I can share the link if you ask about it. This is a classic Giselle painting. The wildflowers, happy flowers. So like I said earlier, this is a longer video. A piece like this takes generally anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. It kind of depends. I'd say probably will be done at about an hour and a half if I got more paint on my face. So feel free to pop in and out of this video. It's not a very fast video compared to my usual ones. Gonna add some blue flowers. Since we're doing blue, let's work in a few more. One here, different shape. Down here. a nice flow. And then some white highlights, all done with the same tool. You can use the same tool when you're making your painting. You can change your tools. I'm not following a rule about it, I'm just enjoying the process. All kinds of people are going to tell you how to paint, how you should do it. But we all have our own process. Really. And touch, touch, touch. See how that creates more variety and fun? Do some yellow flowers, centers here, that center. Oh, there's more daisies on this side. Sure, why not? We'll do one right here and here. There is more kind of scattered throughout. There and there. I know I'm not doing a lot of talking right now, but this is just focusing on what I'm doing. If you have questions, let me know. Happy to answer. I'm going to add some fun Lupin inspired. So I'm going to take the edge of my paper towel and use it as a brush. You can use anything as a brush. Give it a stem. The stems are kind of already there, but we can accentuate that a little bit. Missed the garbage. We'll do some kind of purple colored ones over here. Maybe this one we'll use the edge of our knife. we do next? Let's do some of these guys. Here, here. Do 3 of those. It's like the base of the flower. More flowers. Give them some defined stems. Probably hard to see those in the video. Hello, hello. Thanks for tuning in. If you're just starting to watch, this is a 3-foot by 6-foot wildflower painting. I told people at the start you can come and go as you please with this video. It's kind of a long one. Maybe we started, I don't know, half an hour ago. This painting will take maybe an hour and a half. Having fun with the edge of my paper towel. These Lisbon-inspired flowers. Do some purple ones, maybe more over here. Let's do another orange flower, maybe right there. Oh, I think I was going to do a yellow one there. Let's do the orange one first. And it's all about layering over top, right? So like some of the lupins, this flower can sit in front of it. And then we'll do a yellow flower right there. Who's friends with that one? They're friends. They're friends over there. Okay. I think I need to add some more white to my palette. I love all the different languages too, so I'll be able to click on translate and answer your questions or comments. That's fun. So acrylics, this is acrylics. It's probably the most asked question. How long have I been painting? My whole life. It's been my career for about 23 years, but I've been selling my art since I was 14. My mom's an artist, grew up watching her, but I've been painting on my own and selling it for many, many years now, and I've chosen to stick to nature. I feel like nature transcends all language, and anyone can relate to a nature painting. Anybody, it's like the universal language. Art is like the universal language, but also, you know, painting. Oh, we need a little bit of brown. Painting is a universal language too, so even if you might not understand what I'm saying on this video, if you don't speak English, that's okay. This is the visual of watching painting being made. Please let me know where you're watching from around the world. That's fun to know too. We're gonna put in some, let me just get that a little, and a little bit more. There we go. Those blue flowers do need some center, so let's do that. Let's finish those off. Center, center. Have to fix that. That's the nice thing about acrylics is you can come in and fix a little boo-boo. Some more centers over here. Kind of opens up the flower's eyes a little bit. And then I've got some of these. There's one down here. Some more yellow flowers, one there, one here. It's going to be a bit lighter yellow, just kind of like a more butter yellow for this one there. And this one there. Mixing on the palette a little bit. Good, good. And then touch, 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 touch. We'll do an orange one right there. Some of them want to be higher than the others. We'll do one kind of right here, a little bit of a bigger one. We'll do pink. Introducing a new color, this bright pink. Give it a little highlight. And then I think for that flower, I don't want to do much more of that color on the painting, but I do want to maybe do some more of the lupins. This messy what do you call it? Paper towel, kind of fun technique. There'll be some white in there too. Touch it a few places. Give it a bit of like a Monet-esque vibe with this messiness. Give that one a center, maybe this color. And I like to do some flowers this color too. It's this like quinacridone red, or quinacridone burnt orange, that's the color name actually. Do this. Some contrasting with these darker, rich petals. Do one like right here. And the nice thing is, if you don't like the placement of something, or you don't like the color of two flowers, how they look together, you can always change it. Just come back over with some thicker paint. Let's do one right there. And then we'll do a little kind of lighter color over top, just to give it a highlight there. I'm going to do a few more of those. So we did 3 there, we'll do 1 kind of down here. Yeah, they tend to go quicker than I think they will. When you find your flow state with painting, it goes, I estimate it's going to take a certain amount of time, and then it often comes up quicker than I think. And underestimate how quick these can go sometimes. So while I have that color on my knife, just gonna keep going with it for a little bit more. And I like them going in kind of different directions. Making a mess. My first art teacher told me not to paint with my hands or fingers, and every time I do, I laugh. If you could see me now. Oh my gosh. Don't you love art teachers telling you how to do it? And, you know, I don't agree with that. I don't believe in telling someone how to create their art. It's like, honestly, use whatever tools you want, even if it is your fingers or your hands, a paper towel, like whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why would they say that? I don't know. They want to tell you how to do it for whatever reason. And I think that's silly to tell someone how to do it, to tell someone how to create art. Art should be an expression of who you are. My art teachers were very, very relaxed and encouraged me. Even if they would give the assignments, but they would tell me, you know what, you're like this other over here, like you're doing your own thing already, just keep doing that. And she just gave me the tools and the space to paint when I was in high school, and that was really beneficial, I think, for me. Nobody told me how I couldn't do it, or shouldn't do it. Not until I went on Facebook Lives. Only here on Facebook people tell you how to do it, or not how to do it. And I think that's funny. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Just keep going, have fun with it. I hope yeah, it's still working, my mic. I charged it before I went online just to make sure, but I don't know how much juice it had. Okay, I want to do there. I want to do hair. These are the yellow flowers I'm going to add. Just kind of wherever I feel. One there. Do another one close. Okay, we'll do those three. I'll have fun reading the comments later. I'm sure it'll be entertaining. This butter yellow for here, and here. I'm messy. I spill a lot. I get it in my hair, get it on my face. I'm kind of a messy person. I do like order and things put away, but when I'm making art, it does get all over the floor, it gets all over my clothes. I'm not doing too bad with that today, but you shouldn't have to be thinking about making art in a clean way when you're creating, I don't think. And again, the excess paint, touch, touch, touch. Oh, I like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, keep going. It needs more. It needs more of the things. I'm not sure what, but we'll just keep on keeping on. So people ask me, how do you know when it's finished? And I say, the painting is never finished. You just have to know when to stop. And it's kind of like, and don't stress about it. It's kind of like when you go for coffee with a friend and you don't set an end time. You just say, we're meeting at 1 o'clock, and you visit and you feel the ebb and flow of the conversation. And you just kind of both go, okay, well, it was really nice to see you. I'm excited for the next time, and it's time for me to go. And that's kind of how I paint. It's like this conversation I'm having with the canvas, this time I set aside to paint, and I will feel it when it's finished. Feel the ebbs and flow. And then you just kind of get used to what that feels like over time. It might be difficult at the beginning to get your flow and know, like, you know, how it feels to be finished. And that just takes some practice and some time into it. So right now I'm just giving the flowers, the centers, a little more color. Back in with the yellow. I'll try to remember at the end of the video to give you a close-up sort of panel of what I've done. If you can see what I'm doing, just adding a little more color. Touch, 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 touch. Okay, I have a fun one over here. I can see that I want to add. It's going to be like right there. And it's going to be light purple, and this is like a foxglove inspired one. So it's here, just like this. Just using that top tip triangle of my knife. I want to do more of that yellow over here. I'll do one down there. Add a few more. Do one there, there, up there, and that yummy butter yellow. And see, it overlaps a little bit. I really appreciate everybody who's tuned in, and appreciate your comments too if you have questions. About my tools or my materials. And sometimes when you like do these touches, boop, 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 you might want to develop that into more of an actual recognizable flower, but it's fun to just like boop, 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 lay them down and try some things. This has got, I'm feeling a little more of these Lupin inspired doo-doo-doo. I'm just using the edge of my paper towel. And we can be even like circular. Maybe move some like this. And I'm just kind of dabbing and twisting. Maybe they're more white. Just gives it some more whimsy. Texture. Widen those out a little bit. I'm going to touch this with some white. We're getting close to feeling we're done-ish. Getting there. This one I'll put, can't really see that flower very well. I'm going to do that to just kind of accentuate what's happening. Little white flowers here and there. Doo-doo-doo. I'm going to add here and here. We'll do a daisy there. Give it some boldness. She's standing tall. And then one up top, a little more over here. That'll be orange. Let's do those two. That. Oh, I need more orange. Man, you guys have stuck around. Appreciate that. We're getting close though. Close to being done. Whew. It is pretty tiring to paint. I'm too tired. The live videos are a little tiring too. Just talking in between our way I paint in silence. I go through phases. Sometimes I listen to music and paint, other times it's quiet. Most of the time it's quiet. A little bit of yellow and orange added to my palette. Once again, if you're watching, please let me know where you're watching from. And if you have questions or comments, happy to leave them in the comments and I'm going to go back and answer them once I sign off my live video. And then this video will be up for a bit and then eventually you'll have to watch them on YouTube. So you can check out my YouTube channel and this video will be uploaded there as well. Okay, what next? I was doing this up here. And then this one's going to be a daisy. This one looks perfect, so we're going to mess it up a little bit. No, that sounds weird, but they start to look too uniform. I like to kind of make them more what you would see in nature, just a little different, a little not so perfect. Sometimes you gotta stand back and have a look, see what you need to do. This one needs a little more put in. Okay, let's have a look. Hello, hello. Close up. I can see who's watching. That's great. I don't feel like it's done. I feel like I need more things. More things. It's just what things. Do a few more blue. I feel like it's missing some blue. Maybe one right here. I want it to have some nice balance. Purples. And yes, this video has been long. But maybe you just watched 5 minutes. I like the red scattered. We'll do another few orange ones. Maybe one kind of right here. We'll do another one here. Kind of bigger. And you kind of, with a nice, like, it just takes some practice how you hold it. It's like you got to change your angles a lot. You're holding it and then flipping over. I think I want another big one down here. Right there. Some big, some small. texture you can get with a knife. Heavy bodied, so these are heavy bodied acrylics. So when I open up a jar, literally you can open it and do this, and it doesn't come out. That's how heavy bodied it is. I like thick textured paint. So fun to work with. And that's one of the things people love about my paintings is how thick they are. Give those ones center. Ooh. That one's a thick one. The brown is extra thick. Up there. Here. The stems are kind of already there, but we can do some extras. It's been fun, right? Painting should be fun. Paper towel. This one looks a little different. I love it. Got a little bit of pink and orange mixed in. That one needs a center. I forgot about that little guy. Those ones can have, let's do like a pinkish. My cats aren't getting along. Can you hear them hissing at each other in the background? Okay, oop, trip over my, just gonna stand back and have a look and see how we're doing. I'm gonna do a little bit more, but it's getting close. I like a lot of sky, but not too much sky. I'm gonna do a bold move. Way up there. Daisy there. Where did I put it? Right there. Just felt like it needed some things up in the sky a little more. Cool, some pink got picked up. Ooh, still too much. Just doing some touches here and there. It was cold when I started, it's really warm now. Everything heats me up, I think. Getting there, it's like, just like subjective on how much more I should do, right? I don't overdo it. I did like those swirlies that I did that are like, this. Those are fun. Maybe some white ones. Because I'm working wet on wet, I can just touch in where I've already got paint and then it picks up the underneath colors. Touch, turn, and lift. That was not one of those. Sorry, little flower. Let's put you back in. Let's make you a little even bigger. Maybe a few more like this, and then I'm like, get it kind of stop. Maybe we'll do like a little orange one, like right there. Right here. Boop, 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 boop. Should I do right there? Do the purple one. Kind of overlapping. And there might be some things that I do off camera, just like a few little touches, but for the most part it's done. Adding some stems. That one lost its center a little bit, let's get it back. Yeah, so there we have it. I say that and then I do more, but. So this is a 3 foot by 6 foot canvas. I feel like it's got good flow. There might be a couple little touches that I do to it. You can just see one little thing I'm gonna add. Sometimes when a flower looks a little too perfect, I'm gonna mess it up a little bit. Just like the shape of it or something. I don't know. Right over here. I'm just gonna poop, 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 poop. This one there. And then come back in with this kind of pink. Maybe do a few little touches of that color. Now I'm going to sign it. They call it like 99.9% done. I'm going to grab my signing brush, which is just a little tiny baby like that. I don't know what number it would be, like a 1, I don't know. Lopsided ponytails. And pick a color that's in the painting. We'll do like a light blue to sign it. And how about I bring the camera over? Give you a close-up of the signing, and then it's like I'm smoking. Let's pop this off here, and we will turn the camera around. How do I do? Sorry, almost lost ya. Okay, let's flip you around. There we go. So here we go. Let's give you a little look-see. So when you were watching me, obviously the camera was flipped around. So you were seeing like the mirror image, right, of the painting. I'm gonna come in and sign it down in that corner there. So let's get this light blue. We can bring the palette over and put it on the ledge here. I like to sign it in the bottom right corner usually. So let's get in here. I need someone filming me doing this. Is it dry enough to sign? Kind of. You might have to do a re-signing, but always sign your work with the materials and the tools you use to paint it. I mean, I didn't use this brush throughout, but at least it's still the paint. I'm not coming in with a Sharpie marker. I've seen that and I'm like, oh, but honestly, you do you. If that's what you like, go for it. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. But I do believe in signing your work. I think that's something that's important. It's pretty wet still. I usually wait till it's drier. At this point it is usually drier, but I guess I just used a lot of paint. Come back. Signing. Whoop, whoop. First and last name on the front. And then I also sign the back, and whatever I've named it, I write on the back as well. But here we go. Yeah. So there we go. It's signed. There's something that's kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna just fix that. So we'll bring you back over here. And I'm gonna flip the camera back around and do a little thing as I'm just looking here. So this is bothering me. So I'm gonna, I don't know, do something. Do something to fix it. I threw my gloves away already, that's okay. But let's just see, what can we do? Let's do this flower. We'll just kind of break it up. That's all I'm going to do. With this flower and then I need more white. Maybe we'll do another something right there. Maybe another blue one. What do we got? So I was almost done. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm just kind of. You don't notice these things until you're like nearly done, and then you're like, oh, I have to switch something, change something up. Switch something up, but. Just a couple things. Now my hands are going to get covered in paint. I think maybe another blue one. In that one little spot. Maybe it's okay. Let's stand back and look. That's not too bad. But yeah, I think maybe. This actually looks really fine. But since I got the blue out, I don't believe in masterpieces. I believe in making art all the time. And the obsession of creating something all the time, even if it's similar stuff over and over again, you just get better and better at it. Your eye sees things that maybe you wouldn't have noticed before because you've done it so many times. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't believe in masterpieces. I don't believe everything you can create, it can be a masterpiece. I feel like sometimes you have an exceptional piece that stands out more than the rest. I feel like that's more how creativity goes. Huh. Yes, yes. Okay, I think now I'll just be like mostly done. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to go back and read all your comments. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, put it in the comments and I will go back and answer. This is the final painting, 36, so 3 feet by 6 feet. I hope you enjoyed watching and we'll see you next time.